All right, ladies, so I have a story to tell you. A couple of days ago, I was at Target with my friend, and we went to go pick some stuff up. I had to get baby gate, and she had to get a swimsuit because we were going to go in the pool that day. And, we were just, getting things we needed. So we're in the checkout area to leave, and I see this man. And this man, I swear to you, looks so much like my ex. Like, I felt like he could have been an older version of my ex. And at first glance, I couldn't tell if it was him or not. And, I was just like, whoa. And literally, like, everything around me stopped. And I was just focused on this guy, trying to figure out if it was my ex or not. And I ended up coming to the conclusion that it wasn't. He didn't have tattoos on his arms like my ex does. And his hair, instead of being dreaded, was like all nappy and stuff and not dreaded. Even though his hair was shaved on the sides and he wore his hair like my ex would normally do. He didn't have dreads, and the length that the guy's hair was, my ex's hair doesn't grow that fast. So I knew it wasn't him. But I was just like, whoa. His body type was exactly the same. What he was wearing, with exception of his shoes, were exactly the same. His body, like his arms, his legs were like scrawny and stuff like my ex's were. And but with the hair and with the no tattoos on the arm, I came to the conclusion that it wasn't him. And, I may have been wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't him. And besides, when the guy took off his glasses, he looked a lot older than my ex. So I was like, okay, that's not him. Even though it was a very striking resemblance, it wasn't him. But what I realized after that experience is that I didn't react in the way that I wanted to. When I first come in contact with my ex after him leaving, the first time that I see him, I want me to be in control and not him. And so I knew that I didn't react in the way that I should if I do run into him. So I wanted to make a video on that. I wanted to make a video on seeing your ex for the first time post-breakup, how to deal. And that's what we're talking about today. So I've done a lot of research on it, and I've done a lot of thinking about my experience at Target with my friend. And these are the 5 tips that I have come up with to deal with seeing your ex for the first time post-breakup. So here we go. Number 1, you need to come to the conclusion right now that at some point you're probably going to run into your ex. Even if you have this idea that it's probably not going to happen, you need to put it in your brain that it probably will happen. And the reason I say this is because I had come to the conclusion that I would never see my ex again. Ever. Right? I believe I talked about in one of the videos that I had sent a text to him. The last text I sent him was, never ever contact me again. Ever. And so I just expected that I'd never see him again, right? That was my conclusion after that. But after what had happened at Target, I realized I need to switch that thinking around and put it in my brain that I probably will at some point run into him, and I need to be prepared for that. So that's number 1. Number 2, if you run into your ex, or you run into someone that looks like your ex, the first thing you need to do is take 3 deep breaths and get yourself back to ground zero. So turn around. If you see them, like I was at Target, this is what I should have done at Target. I should have seen the guy, turn around, that's what I should have done. Get myself back to ground zero, calm myself down, and then really assess the situation and figure out what to do. That's what I should have done. I didn't do that, obviously, but that's what I should have done. So that's number 2. Make sure you get yourself back to ground zero. Take those 3 deep breaths so you can really center yourself and really get a grip on the situation. Number 3, make sure to stay calm, collected, and confident. You don't want to be all nervous and everything like that. You want to stay super calm. You want to be confident. If you're sitting down at a table with friends at dinner or something and you see him walk in, make sure you sit up or stand up straight wherever you're at. Have that just essence and aura about you that you're calm and you're confident and, you know, you're cool as a cucumber. And if you feel yourself tearing up and you're starting to well up, go ahead and tip your head back like this. You can turn the opposite direction and just tip your head back, you know, and let yourself blink a few times. And if you do that, the tears will evaporate and go away for the most part. So just tilt your head back and blink, and then bring your head back down, and those tears should go away. Number 4, don't pay them any attention. Don't give them the time of day. And if you have to talk to them, if you absolutely have to talk to them, keep it short and keep it simple. Hey, nice to see you. I actually have to get going. I hope you guys have a great night. Or I hope you have a great night. See ya. And leave. Quick, done, bing, bang, boom, you're out of there. Keep it short. And the reason for that is because the longer you engage, the more likely you're going to get off your game, right? Because really, who really wants to talk to their ex? Especially if you don't want to be with your ex ever again. Who really wants to talk with their ex, right? And even if you do want to be with them again, who wants to talk to them when you're not in a good place yet, right? Don't pay them any attention if you can help it. If you have to talk to them, keep it short, keep it simple. 5, last but not least, don't let your ex take away your purpose in the moment or in life. And what I mean by that is, say you're out with a group of friends, you're having dinner. If your ex walks in that door, don't pay them any attention. Don't look at them. Don't make eye contact with them. Pay attention to your group. Pay attention to your group. And for whatever reason, if you're sitting in a chair like I am right now, and the way that you're looking is directly at them, then move to a different chair on that table or where you're at. So you're facing the opposite direction, or facing a direction that you're not going to be, your eyesight doesn't go directly in their direction, okay? And that will help you keep your mind and keep your focus on what's important, because your purpose in that moment is whatever you're doing. If you're with your friends, if you're at work, if you're shopping, you know, whatever it is that you might be doing, that's what your purpose is in that moment. And if you let yourself be distracted by your ex, now they become your purpose. And is that really what you want? Do you really want your ex to have that amount of power, right? Don't give them that power. Keep your focus, keep your purpose on where it needs to be in that moment and in your life. With all of that being said, if for whatever reason you can't do this, and I firmly believe that each and every one of you ladies out there watching this can do it. I believe you can. I believe you have the strength, you have the power, you have the ability to put yourself in that space where you can handle this situation with grace and confidence, and, you know, make that guy think, well, shit, she changed. She's a whole different person, right? If for whatever reason you can't do it, then excuse yourself from the situation. Excuse yourself. So if you're out at dinner with friends, you're like, I'm really sorry, but I have to excuse myself. I can't handle being here with whoever your ex is that's in the room across the dining hall, whatever. Or, you know, if you're at work and you're trying to do something and you run into your ex, you know, excuse yourself from what you're doing and go somewhere where you can be alone and not in the same room as them or same area as them. Because the last thing you want to do is give your ex that power. So if you can't handle it, you don't want to stay there and endure that, because one, it doesn't feel good, and two, you're going to end up giving more power to your ex than they deserve, right? You deserve to have all the power in your life, and if for whatever reason you can't harness that power in the moment, excuse yourself from the situation so you don't harm yourself or your well-being or your self-confidence or your self-worth or anything like that. Okay? Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. So again, seeing your ex for the first time post Breakup, how to deal, 5 tips. Number 1, come to the conclusion that you're probably going to see your ex at some point, so that's something you need to do right now. Do that right now, come to that conclusion. Number 2, when you see your ex for the first time, take 3 deep breaths, let yourself get back to ground zero so you can really assess the situation and what to do. 3, stay calm, collected, and confident. If you feel yourself, like I said, I gave you a tool to use. If you feel yourself welling up, put your head back like this and blink. And that will help dry up the tears that are starting to well up in your eyes. Number 4, don't pay them any attention at all. If you end up having to talk to them, keep it simple and quick. And number 5, don't let your ex take away your purpose in the moment or in life. So don't let them distract you from what you're doing. Your life and what you're doing in that moment is more important than your ex. So don't let them take you away from that. And like I said, if you can't, for whatever reason, do this, and I strongly believe, like I said, that you can. I believe you have all the power in the world to do this. But if you just for whatever reason can't, you excuse yourself from that situation, from wherever you're at, so you don't have to harm yourself and your well-being and your growth and your healing from that relationship that you had. I hope that all makes sense. If you ladies have any questions or you want to add to this, if there's something that you've done that's helped you get through seeing your ex for the first time,